I've spent the last 6 years dealing with homelessness up in Contra Costa County. I got immediately active with the Council on Homelessness, attending meetings before COVID came. I was attending all the meetings and being actively involved in the community there, trying to get them to understand what it's like to be homeless and where your energies go and how precarious you are no matter what you're doing. You're always in danger. You're always struggling to get something, and you're always trying to survive.
Down in the Palm Springs area, and you've got a place to live. Is this a temporary situation, or?
Yeah, I came down here July 22nd, I think it was, right in the middle of the heat, in the middle of summer. And when I got down here, I think it was 115 degrees when I came into town. One of the first things I noticed, I wanted to drive through town and see what was going on, see if I knew anyone that I was formerly homeless with. And I didn't see anyone at all. What I did see was shocking. I was really saddened to see that looked like fentanyl. The drug fentanyl had come down here and was very prevalent with many of the people that I saw.
How did you know that?
Well, I'd watched a TV show, a news program about several months before, where they were in Detroit, and someone had taken a camera and was just panning down the street towards the Tenderloin. And you just saw people standing in the middle of the street, standing on the sidewalk. They almost looked like androids that had stopped working, and they were just bent over at the hip, looking at the ground. And through that news program, I was educated about what that was, and the people that were doing that were on fentanyl, and it was just kind of like a super heroin. And it just
that was that's your observation from looking at them, that they appeared to be people that were using fentanyl. Yeah,
it was horrible to see. I particularly remember this one girl that I saw down by one of the bus stops, and she was walking around a bush, a shrub that was probably 5 or 6 feet tall, 115 degrees according to my temperature gauge in my car, and she was walking at a moderate pace around the tree, just circling it. And she was in direct sunlight. Now that's too hot to be out there doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just happened to sit there through a long light and watched her, and that's all she did was just walk around that tree. And no sweat on her face, no nothing. It was very sad to see. That was not the condition of the city when I left it in 2016, and I never saw anything like that before. And it was scary, and it was very sad. That drug is a real bad one, and apparently they're mixing it with. Or they're cutting the methamphetamine now with it. Mm-hmm. So you're getting a heroin effect, I guess, an opiate effect, and the speeding effect.
Yeah,
that the methamphetamine does for you. So it's really to me what I'm thinking that it does is it just doesn't let you know you're dead. You don't realize you're dead when you're on it, and it's everywhere. It's outstanding to see all these people that are so wiped out. And it's a whole new population of homeless people. Having been down here now and seeing where the city is at now with the population of homeless people and the drug users, which are not necessarily homeless, it takes on a whole new form. And I now appreciate more what the citizens of the city are feeling, because this is out of control. It blows me away that a city can see this coming and not do something more about stopping it. From my perspective, being formerly homeless, I think we need to start making some program and making progress towards getting everyone off the street. I just think that's the one thing, because the citizens don't want to see the ugliness of this type of homelessness. And the most important thing is it's hurting commerce. It's hurting the businesses here. It's hurting the people that come down, the snowbirds, people that love Palm Springs and love what it is. If I had my choice now, I would not want to own a home in Palm Springs or in this valley, because the problem's everywhere. I mean, the people are everywhere. They're like zombies. The reason why I came back down to Palm Springs is because this is my home. I lived here from 2007 until 2016. Last few years of that were a little rocky, obviously, but I love it. I love this community. I love the people down here. So this is my home. This is where I came back to. How I got down here was I got kicked out of my house. I'm taking care of my mom, who's now 93. I developed PTSD from being homeless. As soon as I saw it coming, I looked at some programs and saw the symptoms that they were talking about in me. And I immediately called for help. And I've had a therapist pretty much ever since, trying to teach me how to cope with my PTSD. My issue with it is it's anger. I get triggered and I can't, most people can get angry about something and then blow it off and keep on what they're doing. I go through about 3 hours of ever increasing boil. I suffer from it as well, because I don't want to treat my mom like that. I love her dearly and I don't want to treat her like that. She doesn't really deserve that kind of treatment. But it's just a byproduct of my condition. And I'm learning how to take care of it. I'm learning how to deal with it. One of the biggest things I do is just walk away. I'm not mentally ill, by the way. I have PTSD, but no other diagnosis has been given to me. I'm not bipolar. I'm not, I don't suffer from anything other than bad experiences that I haven't been able to unpack and figure out yet.
So you're learning to recognize when it's happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I can totally see when it's happening and I can feel it coming. And I can also feel when it's pretty severe and it's not, I just inside, I feel like I'm not calming down. She just said something to me and I'm absolutely flying off the handle. But the thing with it is that she knows she's doing it. She's smart. She's not trying to create an issue, but she's, she wants me to understand her point. So when I don't, she will oftentimes say something that will be a trigger for me. And I go into this scenario. The gaslighting part of it, the part where she's telling me that I'm mentally ill and keeps referring back to me being mentally ill, is something that affects my own personal feelings about myself. I've questioned it a lot since I've been back down here. My whole goal was to come back down here to Palm Springs and to help my people.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of ways you can help, and I know you're trying. I can see by even talking about your experiences, you hope to help others. You physically are there trying to help others. I think by seeing what they're going through, and I know that you've been out on the streets and mixing with some of these folks, but you also help by taking care of yourself and showing that it can be overcome.
Well, yeah, but I have issues with how I feel about myself internally. I'm not very proud of myself. And I think that puts me in a spot where I am trying to do for others what I should be doing for myself. There's so many people that are worse off than me.
Yeah.
And they need to hear some words of encouragement. They need to hear that they have value. They need to hear this regardless of where I'm at in my life. I've spent the last 6 years dealing with homelessness up in Contra Costa County. I got immediately active with the Council on Homelessness, attending meetings before COVID came. I was attending all the meetings and being actively involved in the community there, trying to help people understand the problem solvers at that council meetings, try to get them to understand what it's like to be homeless and where your energies go and how precarious you are. No matter what you're doing, you're always in danger. You're always struggling to get something and you're always trying to survive. So I spent a lot of time, a lot of effort trying to explain this to people that have never been homeless. And so that's been my goal. I came back down here. Originally, I wanted to work with the Streetlight Project, which is the people that rescued me. I wanted to get back together with them and do outreach with them and work kind of independently with them. But my goal has always been to be back down here and to help these people get out. This is where I wanted to start. This is where I wanted to start my mission. It's so much easier for me. I can walk up to anyone down here that's homeless and talk to them. And I couldn't do that up in Contra Costa County. It was really strange. I was going to a homeless church up in Antioch.
Why is that, do you think?
I guess because deep down inside, I'm scared of homeless people. there's a lot of stuff I didn't realize when I was homeless about where I was in the community here, people I was dealing with. I didn't know who I was dealing with, really, because I'm pretty naive about that stuff. Second time around, going back down here, I realized, when I really was going to be homeless down here again, the first thing I did was go out and buy a knife. Not my nature. I mean, I never would have done that. But I realized now that there were situations I was in that I wasn't aware of at the time that I could have very easily been killed. So the first thing out of my mind when I found out that this was really going to happen again was I need to be able to defend myself. Also, my attitude is different now. I was very, very humble and very supplicated to people when I was homeless before. And my tolerances have changed. And now I am different with it. I don't tolerate a lot of the stuff that I used to tolerate. I know who the bad people are now. I recognize them. And I stay away from them. If they come looking for trouble with me, they're going to find it. And I have no qualms about it at all now. That part of me has been changed. I definitely am a different person that way now. And I want to lose that person. I hate feeling like that. I hate feeling like I'm on the defensive.
You're going through a lot of healing. You're way more self-aware, it sounds like, and you're going through, you're trying to get comfortable with yourself and forgive yourself for mistakes you think you might have made or things you might have done differently. And do you have like a short-term goal? Do you have like a daily goal? How do you approach it?
When I left my house, I was in the middle of working on getting disability insurance. I was in the middle of therapy. I was having good friendships, developing good friendships, keeping a pretty positive look on life and stuff like that. But deep down inside, I still hadn't unpacked any of this that had happened. And so I was still focused on dealing with my mom in all the ways, not just taking care of her, but also being aware of our relationship, being aware of my family's relationship. And we've had some bad history. One of the things I wanted to do was reunite our family back together again. That would require dealing with the past that I wasn't really involved with. And I think my family kind of didn't want to deal with that anymore. And I kind of pushed a little too hard. And then I got hurt by that. So that was another situation that was like being home, another traumatic condition that I was going through. My whole goal has been every day to, and I don't want to call myself a martyr, but I don't know how to take care of myself. What I try to do is focus on understanding why that is, and seeing the common denominators in myself with the other homeless people, and try to understand where they're coming from so that I can build messages to talk to people.